Alright guys, I'm going to give you a quick tutorial on how to install an Active Directory DNS onto a server 2008. Here, go ahead and launch the server manager, jump down to roles over here, add roles, Active Directory domain services there, and install. And you get to enjoy watching this guy load. Alright guys, once it's done installing, you're going to get this little pop-up here. Just go ahead and click close, but pay attention to here. You're just going to have to run this DC promo here. Let's go ahead and close this out. Kind of follow the little bouncing ball here. We're going to create a new domain. techwillis.com. From here, because I have a 2008, I'm just going to go ahead and select that. Once again, next. And this is going to be a password in case you want to delete this here, if you ever so desire. The trick is you have to type them in the same. That is the one thing that is required about this. So I get it right this time. Alright. And then after this installs, it's going to require a reboot, so just go ahead, check that, and kick back. Alright, once the reboot has completed, you'll be back at your login screen. And you'll be here. One thing I want to show you is, if we go here, just kind of back out a bit, you'll see that now you're logging into the TechWillis domain. If you ever need to get back into whatever user that is created locally on the machine outside of the domain, typically it will recognize the user if there's not a conflict. However, if you have an administrator created on the domain and a administrator created locally, you may run into a problem there logging in locally, because it's just going to automatically think that you're trying to log into the domain. One thing you could do there is just do a period, then a backslash, and now you can see I'm actually logging into server 001, which is just what I happen to name this computer here. So go ahead, in this case we're logging into the domain. If I could spell. And we'll give this a second to boot up. We might get the server manager to pop up for us. And there it is. Alright, so once again, full computer name, server 001 dot, then the domain. And you can see the domain right there. Okay. So let's go ahead and close this out, and let's take a look at the awesome little admin tools that came along with installing the Active Directory and the DNS here. Alright, so here we go. Here is all the users by default, and obviously in any case scenario, being an enterprise, you're going to want to add users to this so they could log in throughout the network. Go ahead, expand this, drop down to users, let's go new user, and Bob Smith just joined the team. Change that. create Bob a password here. Now, in the real world scenario, this will be his temp password. So, you know, once he joins a team, shows up, does a little dog and pony show, runs around, meets everybody. Hey, I'm Bob. Well, you know, I'm happy to be here. Welcome to the team, Bob. All that good stuff. When you meet Bob, you're going to say, hey, Bob, here is your temporary password. Go ahead, jump it on your computer. You know, your login name's BD Smith. Throw that bad boy in there, and then once that, you know, goes up to the Active Directory, it's going to request that he create his own password. But in this case scenario, we're not going to be using that. I'm going to try to save my own sanity here. And actually, that's not the one I want. Password never expires. Next, and finish. Alright, so now we got Bob on there. So we'll do a real life working example here. We're going to get another computer. I'm going to show you how to log that in, or excuse me, take that computer, join this Tech Willis domain here. So once we have the computer joined to the Tech Willis domain, what we could do is take any user that we have created here and log in on that other computer. Alright guys, quick change of plans here. Let's go ahead and actually install a DHCP onto this as well. That way we get the other computer not only to join the domain, get an IP from the DHCP, and then once that takes place, we'll have Bob D. Smith log in. We'll go ahead and check out the roles. Go to add roles. DHCP there. Just gotta follow the bouncing ball here. And this is where you're going to add your scope. This is going to be essentially a pool of IP addresses that this will lease out. So if you only give a pool of 100 IP addresses, and then you can only have 100 people logged in at the same time, well, that are going to be getting IPs from here outside any type of static addresses and things of that sort. And so our starting address is going to be 100. In this case, it's just going to be a 50 IPs. There we go. That's more like it. And then the default gateway, which will be whatever your address is from here. That'll show you your default gateway. This is where this computer goes out to the internet. Alright, next we're going to go ahead and disable the IPv6 here, and then just next, finish, and install.